And welcome back to the Monster Energy DreamHack Studios, live here from Sweden. My name is Sims, this is Avenger, and boy oh boy, we've had an interesting 2 games for you guys. We are now moving into game number 3. Liquid though, Martin, coming out all guns blazing.
I mean, as we talked about, this momentum they're able to keep up from yesterday. I think they found out their style of play, and it's kind of impressive because this is basically 16 of the top 20, top 30 maybe teams in Europe. So it's pretty impressive they're able to take 2 chicken dinners back to back, but also with 15 and 17 kills.
That's
insane.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
you know, killing so many people, and it's not just going for the kills like we've potentially seen from some of these previous CIS rosters. You know, we saw it with a Vanguard, for instance, IEM, where it was constantly listing for the fights and then pouncing and striking when the time's right, cleaning up what's left, going as clean. I think one game we saw them with 24 kills and a win. It's not necessarily that style of play. It's picking the fights when they need to and rotating to incredible positions. But when they arrive to the rotation, again, pick the fight. We won't go for these, but we'll go for this one, and so on and so forth. And just Liquid's map positioning so far. All right, they've had 2 final circles. You know, we will give them that. Teams have had to make the way to them. Anything can happen when you're on the other end of the stick, but putting yourself in a good position for those circles to predict where they're going to be, it's so critical and so crucial, and Liquid they've smashed it.
It requires so much map knowledge as well, being able to say, okay, what is the better position in this current zone, and where do I want to play from? So even that death alert they had there, it's also pretty good to play from. But what we saw before, we saw Rogue on the western side, we saw Vitality on the northern side, and we saw Imperial on the eastern side. And they didn't really fight in the beginning, so I really thought that it was going to be like a 3-way push towards the south, because they kind of had their hill, but Liquid just kind of cleaned everything up from there.
From a competition level, does this start to paint a target on Liquid's back? Do people start to now see them as a threat and think, okay, if we can get on top of these, we can flush them, we can batter them, we can take them out, give them a lower placement? Is there any target now slowly being painted on the back?
I don't think so yet, no, because also, I mean, there's 3 spots to fight off, and if you take a fight with Liquid, you're setting yourself up to probably losing 1, 2, 3, or 4 players, right? So, I mean, I'm not sure that anyone really wants to take a fight yet. If it comes to that you're fighting for 3rd place and you're going straight 1-to-1, then it's going to be a different thing.
Okay, so we'll take a look at the standings now. You can see Team Liquid standing strong. 1,184 points. Almost 400 of them coming from kills alone. That's insane. Na'Vi, they're still standing. In fact, we've got a tie here, boys. 555, Na'Vi and Vitality. Rogue just on the edge there with 407. Kinguin in 5th, Imperial in 6th, Vanguard now drop down out of that golden top 3 and move into 7th place. Digital Chaos 8th, 9th FaZe, 10th Project X. So, couple of teams, they've Havu, Crimson and Red Zone especially not even breaking the 100 points mark, but still anyone above 200, it's still anybody's game. However, Liquid, they have given themselves one hell of a buffer. That's criminal. That's criminal.
Yeah, it is indeed. I mean, two chicken dinners back to back here in such a hard competition is something I wouldn't expect from them.
It's special.
It's special. Yeah.
It's you've got to
I think
give them credit.
they actually ended on a win in Curse Trial, so they have 3 competitive back-to-back wins right now.
And they had 3 yesterday.
Yeah.
So in 2 days they've got 5 competitive wins.
Yeah. That's like out of 8 matches. So 3, 5.
That's actually ridiculous.
That's actually insane. Yeah. Well played to you, boys. I mean, if you can do this by donating money to Gamers Outreach here, I don't know if that's some mentality stuff. Scoo must be super happy, but even more happy with this now, right now.
I suppose there will be. I mean, let's not lie about this. Momentum will be a thing here.
For sure.
Yesterday they're coming off of a big win for them. That's a big win for Liquid to win another online event. They still kind of. I think to say they need to prove themselves is the wrong word.
No.
But still, they've yet to do this in a LAN environment. They've done it once. They came 2nd. They don't have a LAN win yet. But certainly, to come 2nd at your first ever event when you play in a FaZe at the time that was head and shoulders above everybody else at the time, when they were playing in the Star Ladder event, FaZe was looking damn damn good.
Yeah.
So, you know, they were playing up against a very, very good phase. But Liquid, they just seem to go from strength to strength.
Yeah, I mean, it's also their young roster, as we talked about. It takes time to build chemistry. It takes time to know each other, and I think the mindset they had building this fragging roster also takes time. You have like 2 or 3 months before you're actually really, really close to each other and know how to judge each other's plays. And like when you see a player like Ibiza, fantastic fragger, but when they don't do really well, you also see Ibiza being one of the first taken out. Actually, he's usually the first one to die. So I hope they can keep on sticking together, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen then.
Okay, game number 3 is live. Grab your phones, grab your laptops, grab whatever, guys. Make sure you're tweeting this stream. We want to get as many eyes and as many people viewing this competition as possible. It's a best of 10 spread across 2 days. This, of course, is the DreamHack Pubg Showdown. 3 teams by the end of tomorrow. They'll be booking their tickets to DreamHack Austin, and they'll be playing for the lion's share of $100,000. All this sponsored and brought to you by Corsair and Monster Energy. Thank you guys out there for making this possible. Very much appreciate it. Of course, DreamHack itself will be an incredible event. There is a BYOC going on, 6 places. So if you don't make it here, if you haven't made it to the competition, 6 places are available. Let's take a look at the map then. The plane going all the way from the east side in a little bit of a southwesterly direction, ending towards Primorsk. You'll have one team dropping down there. Who's that going to be? That will be Na'Vi, I believe. Yep, Na'Vi down in Prim. Further afield then, Martin, talk to me about these teams. Where do you expect them to go and where are they going?
I mean, Rogue obviously wants to go south, so they're going to try that. This is a good plane. I mean, it goes from the somewhat northeast to the like southwest-western side, so it really opens up everything except for the military. It is only Rogue that usually really goes there every time. They're going to do that again. But everybody else is going to be playing where they can play and where they want to play. Havu has won out of their usual looting spot, Primorsk, and they're looting the water town. Rogue is going to long jump this, and they're going to go all the way there. And we'll see if we're going to have a full military zone. The next zone has popped, or the first one has popped. And we're going to see what's going to happen there.
I actually just want to correct myself on the qualifiers. Obviously, there is a South American qualifier, which one team will be joining. It's actually 5 places at BYOC. So apologies that I did say 600. It's actually 5 places from BYOC. Obviously, a South American team coming in. Last time we saw the South American qualifiers, there was a ridiculous amount of entrants. There's a nice little bit of talent in there. Certainly, you see Luminosity. I've got a nice little roster. We've seen some of the fan base that Luminosity have. It's insane. You know, so there's a lot of South American players out there. Best of luck. One team will be working their way out and making their way to Austin, so they'll be injected into that 100K event also. But less about that, more about this. Martin, the first circle, it's popped, and she's towards the southwest of the island.
Yeah, it's going to be straight on to the Plumbers. Pretty decent position for them. I mean, they're split looting. They're doing the tempo storm, if some knows it. The western side split loot around Gatka, spread out. It's really good. You don't get that many cars unless you really jump for it, but they're not contested, so they're able to run everywhere. And they're going to be looting up and trying to get one of those good compounds. They might split it 2-2. Digital Chaos is still in Pachinki. They're going to have an easy transition there as well, but everyone else is basically going to have a really, really hard transition. The pressure on the eastern side of the map is going to be so hard, and I wonder if we're going to see Red Zone trying to gatekeep some of these guys coming in from the east, some like Vitality, Genocide, Knights, all these guys. They're going to be coming in over the potato. They're going to be coming in south of the farm, and maybe even north of the Pochinki here. So there's kind of those paths where you have these teams rotating on, and they're usually gate kept a bit. And I wonder if we're going to see Red Zone doing that. They are kind of a new team, adding Frost to that lineup. It's a Makandak, Celis, Gavin, and Frost, and they're kind of doing this this Cloud9 split in the south here of Pochinki.
So we wouldn't expect anybody to be heading through Pochinki while we've got DC in there. Generally speaking, if you're going to be heading in there, people are going to know what's going on. Let's take a look at the first package. As she does hit the deck, that looks to me like a AUG, an 8x adrenaline, and some nice green gun ammo in the 5.56. So we'll see who's going to be picking that up this time round. I don't think it's going to be Vitality. I didn't cop for exactly on the map where it was, but I don't think
it was around Gatka. I think it looks like Anonymous.
It looks Gatka out in the foresty area.
Looks
yes,
like Anonymous has spotted it.
we might have the plumbers might have got themselves a new tool to do some flushing with. We'll see who picks that one up. But as we mentioned before, initial rotation will start on that east edge of the circle. We'll see if anyone does go for the gatekeep. Havu will move in slightly earlier. Anonymous, as we said, the plumbers got
He's going to drop his plunger here, and he's going to take an AUG instead.
I mean, why would you turn up to a gunfight with a plunger? Let's be honest. If you can get an AUG, you might as well do it.
Yeah.
Here's did tweet out. It's time to flush some turds, I think, is the exact terminology he used.
He did indeed. They haven't flushed that many yet. I believe they were on the
backing up in the pipeline.
I think there's some clunching in the pipelines for the plumbers, unfortunately. They have made some good rotations. They haven't had that much luck or play yet. Yuki is making his way into one of the most centered compounds, so they're going to take that early. But still, all these teams, the Liquid, they're going to come in late. Crimson even later. Knights late as well. When you're this far away from the zone, there's no really reason to push it in that early because you know, okay, there's no chance we're going to get one of those deads in a compound. And also, it's a 57% shrink. So this can shrink, unless it shrinks dead center, the centered compounds are not super valuable.
So just really quickly to the observers, I want to have a look at Yuki's POV because obviously he's moving early. Now the question is, has he got lucky and has he got a fair bit of gear? Or is he just going to kind of play the numbers game, go and get dead center of the map and let people approach him? Because there is obviously, as we said before, there is that trick. Oh boy, he is. Okay, I take my words completely back. He's got a level 3 helmet. What's that, 45% damage reduction? Level
55.
55, excuse me. The chest is 45 when you move down to the level 2. Obviously, 35 in level 1. So 55% damage reduction on the head. He's got the target on his back, which Liquid may potentially have as well, in the form of the frying pan. I do love the frying pan, I've got to say.
Indeed.
And
the new have you seen the new skin? They've added the silver pan skin.
Yeah,
I need that.
Good.
I have a silver pan, from Gamescom a few years ago. Have a silver pan.
You know what
you need this skin as well.
You need some clothes. You need some Pubg clothes. If anyone from Pubg Corp's watching, please get this man some clothing, because I wanted to wear my jumper today, but he turned up looking like some sort of a business solicitor stroke director. Rather smart for a broadcast.
Well, no, I have jeans on. I'm casual. I
feel
comfortable here.
You let them believe that you're fully suited and booted.
No. I feel super comfortable. You, on the other hand, you did bring some nice clothes, some gear, and some swag.
I did.
I mean, when you see the PUBG Corp developers, they have T-shirts saying dev or developer on the back. I can't remember. Imagine if you had one saying Sims or Caster. And then with a big target on your back as well. So all the players, they know, okay, this guy, he has to die because he's actually casting us, talking shit about us sometimes.
Oh, initial shots will go through. Tagged up on one of the red zone players. Gent side cops him. Taking position over in the two barn houses. Very, very strong compound if you can play off the circle and watch people and kind of gatekeep them on the back of those cliff faces and on the yellow cliffs. But the circle's not going to be in the best of favours for them. It'll more than likely, when it does shrink, move towards the centre side. Unless they get lucky and it moves toward the east coast. Here come the rest of the teams then. Knights you'll see. Liquid you'll also see. Havu have already in there moving down. Ooh, look at this. ADS drills him with the AKM. Iron sights on both that and the M4 as well. No bullets will connect whatsoever.
Nope.
But at least gives them the scare tactic and lets them know they're there. Goes for the early pick. Doesn't find 12 points. And again, that's why people want to take these kills, right? Because kills mean points, points mean prizes at the end of the day in this game. That's the name of the game, even though it's all about surviving. It's all about winning as well, and it's all about how you can pick up most of those kills along the way. FaZe, they're going for the late one. They're lasting all the way over in Milton Pound. They'll stay there for a while. Rogue have turned up to a compound, but unfortunately, there's already a player inside. In fact, 2 players inside here, so Rogue split in between red zone. Froz is there as well. Red zone on the backside, so all...
Backup is coming as well.
Yeah.
We have 2 Rogue members and now 3 red zone members. Oh, Celis taking out Fuffins. Gonna finish him. Them. Yeah, pushing that.
This should be a flush.
Oh, we don't want to shoot the helmet.
Hit the helmet.
Leave the helmet alone.
Yeah, man, don't hit the helmet. So that's something you will go for the legs, taps him up. Why we said that then, if you do want to know, is that when you're shooting people, there's no, you might as well go for a leg or an arm shot. Take them out. If you're gonna flush them, then fair play. They could have turned up to the party as well. They've samped it, gets the knock and the finish onto Gavron.
Yeah. And this is something they recently started doing, actually. The first guy on the bike, they don't just send one guy, they send 2 guys. And you saw how low James was. He was about 10% HP. And they actually he survived that because there are 2 guys on the buy.
Really quickly, we got a knock from Monkey. That was a K98, and the headshot to Jempty Shadow comes through. So FaZe very early again, losing a member from the FaZe clan. Yorkis onto Pity. Ewan comes through onto Cloudtail as well. Yorkis finishes off that kill, so 2 for 2 there. DC, they pick up 24 points. 2 members falling already for that roster on Cloudtail's team. So they're going to be struggling a little bit, and the team with the least amount of players there, T-Bone and the rest of his boys, they'll be rotating down past Georgia Paul Mountain. Needs to be careful, though. He will have a Vanga directly in front of them. You can see there, Deez, is that you say it?
Deez, yeah.
Deez, the newest addition to that roster. After the departure of Drennis over to Navi. Red Zone, they have this little compound. They've got Liquid at the back. It looks like Scoom has the information as well. He's just... You can see him head on a swivel, wiggle, wiggle. Make sure nobody wants to tap him up. FaZe's going to play the late game. Mexi, and I believe that would be Fuzzface are on the rotation. Haxeti, last one in. Who's the, when you look towards that roster, who's the main, like we spoke about shot calling and everyone talking and such. Who's the main guy that does the, like, kind of like the driving of the bus in that one?
In FaZe?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, if you ask them individually, they will all say 4 different things.
All right.
I mean, Haxeti will say it's him. Jempty will say it's him. Fuzzface will say it's him. Maybe Mexi is the guy that's a bit more realistic about it. But I believe that Haxeti is the one that calls, together with Jempty in the beginning as well. And then everybody is actually leading the charge when it comes to the microplay and when they're on foot and the fighting game. But I believe it's Jempty and Haxeti that is leading the charge when it becomes about the rotations. But they are so much on the same page as well when it comes to that. But unfortunately, again, Jempty going out super early. It means he can backseat a bit. He can help them out a bit by just focusing on everything with the map and making sure that the right calls come out. But still, Jempty is such a strong player.
And you talk about backseating and talking and calling, things like that. And there's one person I want to touch on, which would be Miniman, obviously. Coach, general, I believe, manager of Rogue as well, being that vocal in-game. How much does having a 5th man, having a coach, having someone who can help you, how much influence is that over the team, and how much extra help does it have having a 5th man?
It has an insanely amount of mod. You see even Liquid, Scoom recently posted.
They put an advert out, didn't they?
They're looking for a 5th /coach /manager, something that can help you, especially when you come to these LAN events. Being able to see every game and give instant feedback. Having those 5th set of eyes here is so important. Zone is going to be pushing in. Sunshot is still outside the zone here with another teammate from Imperial. They're going to be moving in as well. FaZe is also making their way in. The east side is surprisingly open here on the yellows, close to the eastern bridge here. Liquid have split up between that hill as well. But the pressure on the north here is super open.
Look at Kingwin. Kingwin are actually going away from the circle.
Yeah.
They are going to come across somebody. Stabs there at the top. Yorkis, AKM, takes out Mugino. Vanguard does one on the knock. He gets finished as well. Easy kill. Yorkis with the M4. 12 points in the bag for Digital Chaos. Still 16 teams up. Fausto was there. That was a red dot. I'm going to say, I think he had, thought he had iron sights for a second, but red dot at least on the 16. It's a very, very nasty gun. That's an SKS as well. Silent sniper rifle. Level 2, level 2. Fausto pretty well geared. Only a 2x though, so no real long distance scopes here. However, the 2x did get an upgrade in one of the more recent patches, and it has become a hell of a lot more viable compared to what it used to play like. So if you find one, you're not just throwing it away, you are actually using it. Imperial playing the long game, going all the way around, potentially may come in on the backside. A crate is falling down, and Fuzzface is within reach. It's right on the edge of that circle, so he knows that if he goes for it, he can at least watch his back. Haxeti should come in just to make sure no one is approaching from the edge of that circle. So between them, FaZe here should get a big boy gun. We'll take a look at what it is. It is going to be, it looks like an MK. We do obviously have a screen slightly away from us, but that to me looks like an MK14, which it is 8x, 15x, level 3, brown ghillie suit as well. That's a bloody good package. However, I found a lot of people that are not a big fan of the MK14.
No, it really depends. I mean, if you put on an extended mag and a red dot on it and put it on auto, it's like 60 damage and an insane rate of fire. So it's actually one of the best breacher weapons if you have the right equipment for it. But it has a lot of kick. But I'm actually wondering a lot to see if it's actually going to be even better in the new gunplay. Because it, to me, it looks like the newly added SLR is going to be very close to that. So I wonder how that's going to play out as well. Philo here, taking some shots at those guys. Philo is the substitute / new member for Genside, replacing Kailank, the French guys from Project X.
And of course, you know, fill it in for replacing Kailank. That's big shoes to fill. Kailank's a very, very well known, very popular, decent player as well. I've seen him win events, or online competitions at least.
Yeah.
Kingwin, one-on-one with Havu. Enzo Lenzo closed the door and just prays for mercy.
Yeah.
Vard getting tapped though. Heavy drill comes through. That's a long distance shot. That's going to be Jorski.
With an SKS.
SKS hits him in the head as well. How far away is that? We don't even see. We can just hear it in the distance. So that's... It's not too far actually. They do have the angle on them. They've got the blue on the back though, so he's going to be getting pushed in towards them. Play zone knocks Havoki. That's going to cause them all kinds of problem because now Jorski's not only going to have to run further into the blue, he's going to spend more time getting his teammate up. They're going to be in kind of a bit of trouble here because they have to go through him. Enzo Lenzo's come out of his house and probably wishes that he stayed in, to be honest, because he is dead. Mirasus, thank you very much for the 12 points.
Yeah.
The Scar does the work. The green gun 556. See you later, alligator.
And they're actually able to push in on the west here. You see the western side is pretty open, and that is surprisingly good call from Kingwin.
Martin, look at Suntouched. Look at the way that
Wow.
Imperial have gone. They've gone all the way from the shelter, all the way across the right-hand bridge to now come in. In fact, it looks like they're probably going to go for a boat here rather than the bridge.
They could be going for a boat here. I don't know why they're that south though.
That is a big-ass rotation.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I mean, they want to stay alive, of course. I'm not sure if they know what they're doing. That's a slight joke. Of course, they know what they're doing. But Sunchurch is doing on the long rotate here. The next zone has popped indeed, and these guys are still kind of outside the zone. They do want to gatekeep, though. They have heard Havu here. Oh, he's going to take shots. Gaxi. He's going to take out Havoki and Jorski because the bikes is a little slow here. He's going to finish him up as well. That is 2 members down for Havu. That I believe that is only... I don't really mind it. Is left on the south now. Sunchurch.
Look at the kill feed.
Yeah.
Shadow, AKM, straight onto Samti. So Liquid now. Some early aggression coming out of Vitality onto them. Whereabouts are they exactly? They're smack bang dead center. Enemies all surrounding them. You can see a little green dot next to him. Firing on all cylinders. Yannick level 3 in a UMP. Anyone gets up close and personal, but he's got a level 1 chest. That's not good. It's going to take only a 35% reduction, but we do know that the helmet is the most important. Plumbers are also rushing in. T-Bone straight onto Drayden. Knock on the head from him. Should be out in the open. We'll see if he does get flushed or if they can at least get him back up.
Oh, no. Yeah, he's going to pop out again. Okay, taking Voxy out. I don't really mind. He did see the Knights coming in, so he's going to be taking out Voxic. This Knight's losing one more member. He is inside the zone here, but he really wants to get further into the zone here. I think he has seen maybe one of the Love Shacks being open further east. He wants to get further in to the next zone, making sure that he's going to have the next zone on him as well.
And let's not kind of forget how important that kill was. If he'd have lost, his team would have been out in 16th place.
Yeah.
So that is an absolutely massive, massive kill. Stab onto Fausto. DC getting taken apart. That's Fausto and Yokis, I do believe, who have both fallen simultaneously. So 2 members taken out there by Stab, working in tandem. Yuki also, now that's actually Fausto finished. So 2 members of DC have been eliminated and deleted from the server. Kavorka's gone as well. Drayden will pick up 12 points in the bag for the Pittsburgh Knights. 51 players alive. The circle starting to make the crunch, pushing everyone together. Reels over here, just going to get his health back, 2-2. First aid's cracked off, the stims will come through. Silenced, I believe it was an M4 or 16, didn't quite see there. Vard, though, with a grenade onto Reels. That's going to be a Kobe, just going to try and pepper them away. Ewan again, there's only 1 more player now. Ewan's gone. I think, unless DC of someone else left.
No, Mio, he also died there, this sub for him. So that is DC out at the 16th here. T-Bone making a move, taken out by Gaxi, finished off as well. Larsen's gonna take Reels down as well. Rixkness is trying to fight as well. Gaxi's on the push as well here, taking him out as well. Larsen finishing off Rixkness, and that means the entirety of Noxious is out, leaving Kinguin. Still 3 guys up, I believe. Did they lose Miraku to that fight? I think so, yes. Crimson, meanwhile, is making their way in as well, pushing on to this beach area. There are some love shacks open. Pipers has seen one. He's a bit low. He needs to make a move here.
He's got to be careful, especially just pulling up like that. Got to be really careful that the Knights don't see him. One more bullet will do the trick. He's inside. Crimson, they're going to hit the water. Knights are also just on the rock side as well, but the Plumbers are applying the pressure. The Plungers here. Can Survivor live up to his name and survive this fight? Pokes up. Stab sees it. Go. We'll keep a load of the kill feed. See what goes on with that one. AUG in that box. Yuki sees Survivor. AKM comes through. Crimson out in the water. Survivor not living up to his name, unfortunately. The 7.62 gun. 2 players, though, here for Plumbers with the level 3 helmets. It's going to be an interesting one with the level 3 helmets moving into the next patch. I know we said we weren't talking it too much, but obviously level 3 helmets will be moving into guaranteed crate-only drops.
Yeah, I love that.
Snipers are going to be
so much more viable.
Loving life, especially with the DMRs becoming so strong.
Indeed.
It's going to change the meta up completely.
It is indeed. Vitality here, they're going to pick up the Orc. Maybe if they have seen it, or maybe they have already picked it up. I don't know. Lockwood is going to move here. He actually already knocked him. Is that nade going to connect anything? Oh, no. That was pretty close here. He's going to be smoking himself. NBS is making a move as well.
Yeah, he fancies it, doesn't he?
What they're going to do here? NBS knows this. Lockwood is making his way as well. They really want to push here. The new zone has popped. It is in this position, so they really want to make sure that everything is in here. Jambab is holding the cross corner here, or the flank. Lockwood is moving. Stab is moving out.
And turns on him. Stab turns on him. The Plumbers flush one down. That's insane. Spins around in a pinhead. 1 HP left in a dream. Lockwood looking through the smoke. He's starting to disappear. Yuki's cracked up a first aid. Stab's also got one down. He's got the health back. Lockwood's just sitting on the rocks, hoping that they don't see him. He could pick up 2 here, but a 2 versus 1 engagement it's hell in a cell. Stab just turning on that player on a pinhead. That's a massive kill.
So important for Stab here not to go down. NBS did whiff a little here, I believe. He did see him. I don't know if he's sure he expected this. Lockwood is going to smoke himself up. Let's see what's going to happen. These guys are trying to spray a bit. He does see him now. He's going to connect some shots. Lockwood taking out Stab. Yuki is left alone, and he's going to be taken down as well by Lockwood. That is 2 guys down for the Plumbers. Yuki is going to lose his life here. That means that his Haze Anonymous is left alone now.
2 kills then. At least Crimson, they do answer back there from the initial loss of 1. We'll see on your screens. Watching Shade's POV, watching Avanga just rotate around in the vehicles. Fuck them all with it. A couple of bullets will come down. Gaxi straight onto Keen with the vehicle explosion. 12 points in the bag there for Kinguin, still 14 alive.
Oh, look how close they are.
Look at
Kinguin and Navi. Oh, yeah. See, that means Avanga is out of this, but look how close Kinguin and Navi are right here. They know they're close. They're less than 100 meters from each other on the front lines.
So if we're thinking further afield, that must have been Avanga rotated to the rock side where Crimson were waiting. They tried to hit the water. Crimson took the vehicle. GG. Avanga are out. That's another 24 points going the way of Crimson. And they'll also move up a placement by removing that team from the server. As you mentioned, though, Martin, Kinguin out here in the woods. You've got to be careful because when you've got Navi on your back, that's a scary thought.
Yeah, Navi's in a really good position to push them as well, but the new zone is moving in slowly and they don't want to make a move here. Kinguin is also one of the aggressive teams, or more aggressive teams in the EU. They like to play on foot, but they also like to play smart here, and the call has been made. Stay together, wait for the zone to pop and see what's going to happen. If they're not inside the zone, they don't want to take this fight.
Navi are creeping, though. You can see from Kinguin's POV the jumping. Jumping's a dangerous thing in this game because obviously it removes your ADS. But when you can jump like that, you can get some more information just by peeping and creeping over these hills to see where players are going to be at. Oh, Lord. Well, Crimson just got gifted a ferry circle. So About 40 to 30% remaining in the water, which will give them the advantage because they can sit on that pier side. Red zone, they get the call that it's time to move. They're going to come through. Larson gets initial pick onto Kramer, so the Knights get caught with the pants down on the rotation. Kramer falls, smoke goes down. Drayden's there to try and help him out at least. The wall will come through, but Larson's gatekeeping them. Meanwhile, we'll just see Na'Vi. They attempt to make their move. 1-2, Larson's gone. He gets knocked and finished. And this is exactly what they needed. A little bit unfortunate, though, for King when they were looking at one team, and while they did that, Na'Vi said, all right, boys, we've heard some shots, time to go. Quite reminiscent that we see from the CIS boys. 1, 2, 3. Actually, was that... Oh, whoa. James, Ibe, Scoom?
Samti's the one left here. We didn't lose a team, so Samti's still left from Liquid. But that would have been huge for everyone else. Liquid going out in 13 there. Samtin is still inside the zone. He is trying to sneak into the smaller compounds. He's in the south. You see in the minimap here, team number 7. Rogue also in the zone here. Vitality has made their way across the road, and they're going to be able to gatekeep everybody from the north. One of them being Na'Vi, another is Red Zone. I wonder what Na'Vi's going to do here. Looks like they're going to pick up their cars and make a move. Are they going to go on the western side? And they're going to go on the eastern side. The eastern side is kind of open field. We're going to make a move straight into Knights here. I do think so. We're going to have a fight breaking out close to the Knights.
Makes his POV 8 times. Scar, compensator. Fuzz as well with the SKS. We saw him get a headshot in the kill feed just a second ago. Drainage will get blown up though on the vehicle. So Hayes does get knocked again. So that means that with Hayes actually being knocked, there is another Anonymous will still be creeping around for the Plumbers. At least keeps them in this game.
Yep.
Fuzz onto Gent side Vic. Vic falls unfortunately. Out in the open. That's an easy kill for him. Cleans up with the SKS, but still the whole team's in it, at least. 3 members here from FaZe doing work. Picking up at least 5 kills we've seen, so that's a good amount of points of FaZe, and that's what they need to get back into this. Hayes now gets finished off, so only 1 member of the Plumbers remaining to try and build them up here in the placements. Bang, 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 bang. Fuzzface, easy kill from him with the M4. Drills in with the holographic view.
Last member falling out as well. Ekidorp Mexi's gonna take him out. So that is Genside or Project X taken out at 13th. Not a position they would hope for. But somehow Na'Vi did make their way into the zone, clinching themselves between the 2 members here. Vitality taking shots at Frost. Okamoto dominating Anonymous.
That's them gone.
And that's them gone at 12.
11 teams remain, 26 players alive. Circle about to pop, we'll see what she does. Be nice to see him go a bit more central and really focus everyone rather than get a big long switch, which he almost does. Favoured towards the west northerly side. Shiv, though, you mentioned earlier on, Martin. AUG in hand, second time we've seen Vitality with a big boy automatic rifle. Shiv just banking on there. If you're jazzy, you've got to be careful. That AUG will rip you to shreds. Picks up a second one. That's a kill as well.
Yeah, and I think that was actually Red Zone out in 11.
It's gone, yeah.
Yeah. Gatekeeping the northern side is super important for them. Knights here. Oh, nice overlook here. We're going to see Knights on the northwestern side, Vitality on the north side. Rogue is inside the zone as well, in a pretty decent position in the barn area. Na'Vi has made their way into the other barn, also inside the zone, pretty decent position as well. FaZe is actually one of the teams that has to make a move here, but they can move on the beach, pushing here. Samti is on the beach from Liquid on the southern side, just trying to know him. And Lockwood has maybe spotted him, but he is sneaking in, and he's inside the zone in the southeastern side here. I don't really mind as well, in the water.
Solo players just kind of playing for placement. Lockwood yes, he definitely saw him. M4 tap fire. Sam T takes a haircut and then hits the deck and decides, okay, well, we need to try and stay alive here. I don't really mind not really minding what he's doing. Mind his own business, to be honest. He's chilling in the water because, again, he's the last player remaining of the old Sauna boys, a.k.a. Havu. FaZe, they get spotted as well, so they're going to be running on the top there. It's all a little bit of a quiet before the storm, man.
Yeah.
FaZe
here.
Feeling out these positions, seeing what's kind of available to them. Also, like, you know, utility, rocks, houses, defilates.
Yeah, FaZe was the team that had to make a really far switch here from the eastern side, and they're trying to make their way in. Taking shots here from Imperial, OP, and Suntouch. They have made their way in all the way from the south. Remember, that's long flank, and they're actually in a really good position inside the zone.
I mean, they've made it into the top 10, so you've made it into... You're not into your 100-point bracket yet. Drayden takes a grenade. He'll get knocked. Peach with the AUG again, so 2 AUGs in play here. Everyone tanked up on level 3s, level 2 vest, 55 and 45% reduction respectively. But we got 2 first aids, plenty of energy drinks, plenty of stims to rock on. The dead center of the map as well. They have this farm area, this farm barnyard, should I say. Kramer gets knocked now. That's going to be the Knights going out in 10th place. Second grenade finds its target. Pokemolody's got a banging position though. Those side windows are these barns upstairs. Again, because they're not easy to breach, all right, you can go downstairs, but getting up that stairwell, the little boxes at the top of the stairs, it's so hard to make it up without getting completely, utterly battered.
Such a good bottleneck position to have here. I think Crimson knows that Outer Rim Miners here, they're trying to nade as well. He's taken out as well, so Havu taking out 9th position here. FaZe has made their way into the new zone. The new zone has popped in the south again, and FaZe is actually in this zone. So is Liquid.
Every single time a team dies, Samti's smile just gets a little bit bigger. He knows that all he needs to do is watch the kill feed in between a rock and a hard place. Mexi onto Jazza. Rogue lose 1. The kill's not there just yet. Smoke's down. Oh my god, he's going to go for it. He's going to try and stand and at least protect his fallen comrade. You know what? Doing that and taking a bullet for him may have just worked. If he gets in here, Quag needs a medal.
Yeah.
Oh, save him. Save him.
Take him up.
Go for him. He's free now. He literally just took a bullet for him and ate it. That is beautiful teamwork. Stand in front of your teammate. Take some bullets to the body for him. He had to push back, which is giving him time. They may have... By getting your teammate up, it does 2 things to the game. A, keeps you in it, keeps you more players. B, denies the team points that's actually taking you out. So it kind of has 2 options to it. You're denying points to other teams. You're keeping yourself going. We'll see how that one plays out. Yannick's across the road from them. Yannick's actually single-handedly, because they know he's there, keeping Vitality preoccupied, which could cause them problems long-term.
Exactly. Also Na'Vi, they have to make their way, and they're also making a way now. They're outside the rogue compound right here. Pokemolodoy on the northern side. They're trying to look what's going to happen here. Nade coming out, taking them down to 60% HP. In a really rough position here. Shade and Pokemolodoy, they are shoulder to shoulder. Ewan knows where they are.
In on the game. Fuzzface knocks Shiv, and we said earlier on it we're going to cause Vitality all kinds of problems by focusing on this one player that's inside that building. They've lost a member. Shiv goes down, so I think that's the AUG he were actually holding. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's the big boy utility gun taken away there from Vitality. The ban is clear now, but by doing so, they've lost players. Araxe is down. Is Monkey the last man standing here? Needs to be careful because he's going to hit 2 teams. We've got Rogue and Na'Vi just banking. Na'Vi straight on the defilade. If Monkey comes around the corner, unfortunately, that could be the end of him. Yes, it is. Vitality. So from 4 players alive, with level 3s, with AUGs, going out in 8th place. And it's just how pausing and focusing on one building can completely change the outcome of your team.
Yeah, definitely here. Shade and Pokemolodoy are still sneaking outside here, and we have seen the new zone popping, and it's gone south again. Yannick
Debated.
Tried to debate a bit there, trying to get some info, but these guys, they have the info. They're already inside the house, and they have to move. I wonder if they're going to move late or what's going to happen. FaZe already on the move, trying to make and get some info. Samti has survived all this time. 16 players alive, 17. Yannick taking out Shade and finishing him off.
Vaz hearing all this, and he's got to couple through the window. Oh, unfortunately, he will hit the woodwork, though. A little bit unfortunate there, because that could have been an easy kill for him. He's trying to get this angle while they get the revive. That could be 3 kills for him if he does find the angle. He's looking again. It's really hard to see, though, because that grenade comes through, though. Jazza, amazing work. Yannick finishes the deal. Penguin, they're gone. The Penguins are sent back to the Sioux in 7th position. 12 players remaining, 6 teams alive. And all this is going on.
No, Kingwin is still alive, actually.
Excuse me, did I get that wrong?
Yeah, I think so. Kingwin, yeah, Gaxi actually knocked 2. Yeah. So Gaxi knocked Rogue, and Rogue took two casualties there.
Samti enters the fray. He's instantly eliminated, so he definitely goes out in 6th.
Yeah.
But to survive all that time and get them up into a 6th position, Great news there. Grenade comes down.
That's a third grenade kill from Gaxi. Gaxi also taking down Ewan. Gaxi is taking 4 kills alone on Rogue. 3 kills alone on Rogue. Also taking out Suntouch. That's 3 teams left. FaZe is one of them. Kinguin is one of them. Crimson is one of them.
Only 8 players to do it in. Vard up on the top, sees Mexic, goes for the kill, sees it through. Vard onto another knock for Hexete. Not a good scenario there for FaZe. They were turning up with plenty of players alive, but outside here on the top of this flat top, it's just caused them all kinds of problems. They can hear a player wandering below, and they know it's not one of them. Level 1, level 2, the chest will take 35% reduction. Not the greatest of things to have in this late game, but still. Fuzzface potentially here. I think he's the last man standing for FaZe, but he has at least, they managed to get up to 3rd. Rather unfortunate, otherwise they would be entering this quite a lot. Piebash, you can see him lining up a grenade. It's cooked, it's primed, it's hot. No target found. Gaxi again throws a grenade of his own and finds one. Finds Jamber down in the bottom and finds 2. So that's 2 kills now.
And they're going to push in this. This is the last zone. We have this delay here. Fuzzface is going to wait for this. It's going to take another casualty. That is a 1v1 we run right now. Is Fuzzface going to do anything about it? Vard is pushing further. He's going to finish off Crimson, and Gaxi is actually knocked. So this is a 1v1. 3 members alive. Vard does not know where Fuzzface is. Fuzzface is going to finish Gaxi. This is a 1v run right now. 16 kills on Kinguin. Fuzzface taken down to 50% HP.
If he wins this, this is an incredible play because he held his nerve for a second, didn't give away his position. Took the free 12 points on the knock as well. Energy drink from Vard. Everything on the play. Peeks up. Peekaboo. Thank you very much. Kinguin take game number 3. FaZe, they fall in 2nd position. 15, 16, 17 kills. Kinguin. Big, big game. 400 points for the win as well. I mean, they might be Penguins, but they got themselves a chicken dinner.
Indeed, and Gaxi is 100% the MVP of this fight. He took out 4 or 5 guys in the end zone here with nades. I don't know how many he had, but don't give Gaxi any nades. That's insane. He took out 3 members of Rogue, finished them off, finished off Suntouched, finished off so many guys here. 17 kills. Insane.
Incredible, incredible stuff. And that's kind of what we needed to see from these players. Obviously, Liquid going down a bit earlier on, they did give themselves a massive buffer. And then we have to give a big shout out to Samty. I mean, fair enough, all they did was stay alive, playing for points. But that's what you want to do. You want to play for the placement, which is exactly what he did. But they went out, so it's kind of shook things up a little bit. We did see Vitality also falling more towards the late game. But again, it was more so looking at Rogue, how that one player they were focused so much on that ban that it just held them back for so long. When they approached it, all the teams were just ready to pounce, so to speak. But Kinguin, FaZe, a couple of kills in the bag, plenty of kills in the bag. That should really jump them up the table.
Indeed. I think they're going to be very happy with that. I think they're going to be straight into top 4 after this. Of course, taking a win with 17 kills is a massive.
Which is kind of, and again, this is what other teams need to look at and think, one good game like that can change your entire, not only mindset, but your placement in this competition. You know, this is still a best of 10. There's 2 days of competition action going on this weekend. And you know what? I want to thank all the people at home that have been joining us so far. It's a pleasure to have you here with us live from the Monster Energy DreamHack studios. I tell you what, isn't Sweden a beautiful country? Indeed.
I mean, we're neighbors, so I can nearly communicate with them. They laugh at me when I try to talk Swedish, but I kind of listen in when they talk, and sometimes they talk behind my back, and I am like, yes. No, Sweden, beautiful country, beautiful, beautiful studio. Thanks for having us. We're going to be bringing you 2 days of action.
So make sure all you guys are tweeting the stream. That's what we need you to do. We need to share what's going on this weekend. And this is going to be happening for the next 4 weekends. And obviously we lead up to that grand finals from the floors of DreamHack Austin. That's going to be taking place in Texas at the Austin Convention Center. That's going to be a wild competition. We said we've got 6 teams that are going to be across, 5 EU, 5 NA, 1 SA, and then 5 BYOC. Fantastic competition, $100,000 on the line. But that's game 3 all set and done. Don't go anywhere. Game 4's coming up in a second. See you then.